What's up, everybody? My name's Garland here, and I'm bringing you another episode of Let's Talk. When we last left off, I talked about making a difference in the community and making a difference in people, trying to understand everybody and to be the one person out of the majority to make a difference. And I like that subject. It was a good subject to talk about, and I want to talk more about something like that. But let's talk about something else today. I'd like to get more into the subject of making a difference, but it's gonna get stale if I talk about the same thing over and over again. I understand that, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. If I start to go on a rant, totally off subject, I'm very sorry, but it's just something I really care about. I really want to keep on talking about something like this, and it's completely fine if I go on a tangent, and I'm very sorry if I do. Um, I looked at the comments, and a lot of you are saying that this is a good idea to do this kind of series, and I'm glad. I'm glad you guys accept this kind of series, and I'm glad that you all are very accepting of what this series means to me. So, uh, today, I wanted to talk about double standards, which is a request from a friend of mine. They want to talk about double standards because people are very confusing in a sense that a girl can have a bunch of guy friends and then be called uh, a hoe or something like around those standards, but a guy can have a bunch of girlfriends and be called uh, cool or a player or something like that, and then it's a problem or gay. In the matter of fact, a girl can have a bunch of guy friends and be called a hoe or gay, and a guy can be called a guy who has a bunch of guy friends can be called completely fine, and a girl who has a bunch of girlfriends can be called a lesbian. It's really a double standard when it comes to women. I mean, it's not really like anything terrible, but it's it's wrong. It's wrong when it comes to understanding others. And when you try to create this double standard, it really makes a bad impact on people because then people start to think to themselves, well, maybe I can't be with his friends because I already have a bunch of girlfriends or I have a bunch of guy friends, and I can't. And if I get any more, I'll be known as this and so, and I don't want that to happen because when that happens is when people change. People start to change and everything, and it's not good. Now I don't know what to make for this, but it seems like it's a problem in a lot of people, and I want to get your take on it because if I was to say my opinion on it, uh, I have friends of all genders. I have friends that are gay. I have friends that are straight. I have friends that are bisexual. I have friends that are everything. I have straight. I have white friends, black friends, Hispanic friends, Asian friends. I have all that stuff. But there's no real point in it. I have guy friends. I have girlfriends. It's not really a big deal, to me at least. When it comes to having to deal with something like that, when it has to deal with whether or not if I had a bunch of guy friends or I had a bunch of girlfriends, then I would be known as a player. Or if I had more friends that were girls, I would be known as a player. And if I had more friends that were guys, I'd be known as normal because that's the normal thing for guys, isn't it? That a guy has a bunch of guy friends. And to be honest, that's not really true. That could be the complete opposite. But I enjoy having friends that are girls because it gives me a sense of uh, that I'm more aware of what's going on. I have a better understanding of both guys and girls. I have a better understanding of what needs to be said to a girl and what needs to be said to a guy. If people are having problems, I can somewhat understand what needs to be said to them, or they need emotionally. And I'm glad I can do that because of my friends and because of all this stuff that I've done. And I'm very happy that I've been able to help a bunch of people that are doing this. And when it comes down to it, a double standard just doesn't help people. It makes them feel as if they need to watch who their friends are, or it makes them feel as if they don't get to the opportunity to have as many people as they'd like to talk to. And that's a problem because when you see that person that is trying to surround themselves in a certain number of people or a certain number of things, it's not their fault that they can't uh, function, or at least they can't talk like a normal person when it comes to friendships. And that's what really gets to me, is because I understand all these things, and it's wrong. It seems wrong to me that somebody like that could could have a problem with this. Now, I was gonna make another heart, but that just seems kind of dumb because I already have a heart over there. But it seems I'm going on a bit of a on not a tangent, but I'm going on a stuttering spree because I'm not understanding how to talk about this, because it seems normal to me because of all the friends that I've had and all the experiences that I've had. I've had experiences hanging out with girls. I've had experiences hanging out with guys. There's no real difference between the two. I mean, with girls you just go out, hang out, and that's it. But with guys, it's you go out, hang out, and that's it. There's no real difference between the two, except what's being talked about. I mean, with guys, it's talking about which girl looks good to you, or when it comes to a girl, what guy looks good to you. And that's the problem, and that I don't see, at least, is that what's the difference between having these two friends if they both have the same thing to talk about? And if you talk about a double standard, then that's just the big deal, that nobody understands what a double standard is. Even I didn't understand what a double standard was until somebody explained it to me. And when I learned what it was, I didn't really understand why somebody would even try to have a double standard like this. And it just doesn't seem right to me, at least. The big D is for double, and then I can have a double standard. DS. I mean, I understand, like, there's a DS as in the video game kind of DS, but it makes more sense to me is to put a D and an S, because that's just what seems like the normal thing to do. Huh. Now, to talk about something like this, I'd have to be able to understand what's going on, which I don't. I'll admit that. I don't know what's going on when it comes to it, so I need your help. I need you guys to tell me exactly what's going on here, and what's wrong with having a friend that's a girl, or what's wrong with having a friend that's a guy. Why would being a certain gender be can be considered wrong when it comes to having friendships? Why would having all this stuff? I see, it's hard to explain, at least to me. It's hard to explain because what makes a guy more appealing because he's able to talk to a bunch of girls? What makes a girl less appealing because she has a bunch of guy friends? Why is a guy considered a player if he has a bunch of girlfriends? Why is a girl considered a hoe if she has a bunch of guy friends? I don't understand it. Which is something I consider a good thing, like, to not understand something like that. And I'm glad I don't understand it, because then I'd be one of the many people who agree with this subject, and I don't agree with it, and I'm glad I don't agree with it, because it's something that's wrong in my opinion. Being completely honest with you guys, it's wrong. It's not something that you should be happy about. It's not something that you should be proud of. It's not something that's to be proud of. It's a stupid thing to have. It's very dumb, at least in my opinion. It's very dumb to think that way. And I'm sorry if you think that way, because it's I guess it's just the way people were brought up, or it's the way that people are raised. And it's very sad to see that people are raised like that, but it's the truth. It's some people are raised a certain way, and there's nothing you can really do about it. And even though there's nothing you can do about it, it's not really a problem. It's not a huge problem with people. It's just what goes on in people's lives. It's their problem. If you have a problem with somebody, then that's your issue, and not anybody else's issue. I mean, if you have a problem with somebody having so many guy friends and so many girlfriends, like, don't bring it up then. Just keep it to yourself. If you have a problem with somebody, don't go ranting around saying that they're this and this, and that they did this and all this stuff. I mean, that's petty, in my opinion. And petty, to me, is not like when somebody says the teacher's being petty because she gave me an F or something like that, or she's being very rude. No, petty to me is that you're doing something out of nothing. You're doing it for absolutely no reason. There's no real point in doing it. There's just, you did it because you could, basically. And there's no real point in doing it. But people still do it anyway. Now, to make fun of somebody because, or not to make fun of somebody, but to start rumors because they're, because of this, to start rumors because somebody is hanging out with a bunch of girls or hanging out with a bunch of guys, to start rumors like that is in my opinion very petty. Now, don't ask me why, because I can't explain to you why. It's just something that I was brought up, raised doing, and I'm very glad I'm able to talk to you guys about it. And as I looked at the comments, I'm gonna go a little bit off subject. I looked at the comments and I saw somebody say that since everybody's talking about this, they're gonna thumbs down. I haven't gotten the thumbs down yet, but because I talk about this, not everybody talks about the same thing. Now, I talk about what I feel is right to talk about at this certain point in time, because I've gotten messages saying, "Can you help me? Listen, can you help me because I'm having a problem at school or something like that." I've gotten messages like that, and I'm happy I can respond to them, and I'm happy that I can give my opinion on the story and my story on the matter. I'm glad I can actually help and make a difference in my community, is which I want this particular series to do. I want people to be able to understand each other and to be able to not judge each other for their preference. I mean, if you're gay, you're gay. There's nothing wrong with it. You're just that. It's nothing completely wrong. But that's what I want this channel for. I want this channel to make people understand each other, basically. I want people to not consider the social norm to be what's normal to them. I want them to have their own sense of of normal. I want them to have their own sense of what's going on here. And that's what I'm trying to do. And that's what I'm trying to do by talking to you guys about subjects like this. That's what the point of the Let's Talk is. It's to help people get over, or to make a difference, or to understand your fellow person, or to just accept people for who they are. And that's what I want to do here. Now, I understand that people have their own opinion on the subject, and yes, this is my opinion. If you have a different opinion, feel free to tell me. But don't try and tell me that since everybody's doing this, you're going to unsubscribe, or you're going to thumbs down the video, because that seems petty to me, because not everybody talks about the same thing. And to be honest, I've never seen a person really get into a series talking about this. Talking about something like this is a sensitive issue that most people rather not get into. Many people try to avoid the subject, or try to not get into it, or try to get their subscribers into it, or anything like that. And that's what I find wrong. I want people... It's not that I don't want you guys to talk about it. I want you all to talk about it. I want you all to go in the comments and start talking to your friends. Make friends with each other. Make friends with the subscribers. I want a community that's very nice to each other, that's helpful, that's everything. Tell your story to the people around you. Get the opinions of others, and see what's going on in this cruel world that happens to be ours. It's not cruel. The world isn't cruel. The world is completely fair. What's happening to you could be different for the same thing that's happening to somebody else. But there's nothing wrong with the world. You might have a problem, and somebody may be able to help you. Somebody may be able to have the same thing as you. Somebody may have the same problem, the same exact problem, and you both might be able to help each other out by giving each other the opinion on it. And that's what my opinion is trying to do. It's trying to help you from what my experiences are, trying to help you understand your experiences and to help others with their experiences. Bring this to other people in real life. Try to make a difference in your community, make a difference in people, which is what I aim to do. I aim to make a difference in people. And if that may seem wrong, then I'm very sorry if it sounds wrong to you, because I was told that it sounded wrong, that I was trying to change people. No, I'm not technically trying to change you. I'm trying to give you clarity on certain subjects. Being that most of you may understand what's going on, but most of you might not be able to help in a certain way. Like, I've understood that several people have problems and several people need help, and they don't know how to help. That was my problem when I was a kid. I didn't know how to help people. I wanted to, yet I didn't know how. And this is what I want to do. I want to help you all have a better experience than I did as a child. I want you guys to be able to help people even though I wasn't able to. This is what the series is allowing me to do, and it's allowing me to help everybody else. It's allowing me to make up for what I did as a child. Is I wasn't able to, not really a child, as a teen, as a younger teen, that I wanted to help people and I wasn't able to because I didn't understand most of the problems. And this subject is touch and go with some people, whereas some people don't understand it, some people do. And the problem with it is that it's it's not really anything to be confused on. If you just look at you just look at your common sense and you take that and you put it in, and you're able to comprehend of what you're saying, then you can help as many people as you need to, or help as many people as you want to. It's you that can help people. It's not anybody else's opinion or anything that you have to listen to. It's what you have inside that's going to help you out. My opinion's here. You can take it or leave it. Or you can use your own opinion and help people using that. I mean, even if I was to change and listen to other people's opinions, which I do. I listen to other people's opinions, and that's what changes my opinion about some certain subjects. And I'm very glad I do, because that means that I'm able to take my opinion and somehow evolve that opinion into a better opinion, and I get to arrange facts out of certain subjects. Like I'm able to understand somebody's experience when it comes to bullying, or I'm able to understand somebody's experience when it comes to a double standard, like I just said, or to make a difference in a community. And that's basically what I wanted to talk about today. And I talked about two things today: the double standard and why I want to do this. So that's all the time we have for today, folks. I'm sorry if this episode went a little bit off topic from the double standard, and I'm very sorry about that, but it's something I wanted to talk about, and this is called a Let's Talk. So don't forget to leave a like. Actually, I'm going to stop saying leave a like and everything like that, because this series, you don't need to. The series you can just watch, listen to it, and use what I say, or use your own opinion on the subject, and tell me, try and change my opinion on it, or give me your own experiences on it. And I'm happy to tell you all this stuff, because it's very important to me to be able to change people's minds on certain subjects, and to enlighten people on the facts. So, go ahead, do whatever you like. Thank you for watching, very much so. I'm very happy that you all watched, and have a great day. Bye, everybody. Peace out.